Ladies and gentlemen, hit subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel. A Supreme Court victory on tariffs is on the horizon. Check this out. By the way, be at my main channel, H.A. Goodman, today at about 5 p.m. Eastern. We just finished a live stream there as well. Check out the live stream for the upcoming live stream. We just finished a live stream on tariffs on H.A. Goodman, but this is huge. Check it out.
We had a lower deficit this year, not by much, from the big mess that we were left with the Biden administration. When the Chinese on October 8th threatened to put on these global export controls on rare earth magnets that could have shut down our industrial base, the industrial base of the world, the president was able to exercise just the threat of 100% tariffs to negotiate with, and the idea that that negotiating leverage could be taken away from the President of the United States. Because I tell you, it would have been a mess if this rare earth regime had gone in, could have caused substantial single digits decline in GDP, massive job losses across the country. So I am sure that SCOTUS will take this into account as they are doing this.
So, Mehak, here's what the administration is going to be arguing in front of SCOTUS. They're going to say that the Emergency Economic Powers Act of...
So this is a brilliant analysis coming up. The IEEPA allows the president to impose tariffs on anyone, all different types of tariffs, the same tariffs that Trump has imposed upon the countries around the world to address national security issues. It is a national security issue to prevent the flow of illegal narcotics. That is a national security issue. The lower court that tried to strike down Trump's tariffs didn't think, of course, that it was a national security issue. Democrats and Republicans have different views of national security. To the morally superior, highly educated Democrats, the flow of narcotics into the country, that's not a national security issue. Of course it is. Of course it is. Anyway, let's continue.
1977 does give President Trump authority to unilaterally set import tax rates on any country at any level that he wants. He needs 5 votes.
And I think that the Supreme Court is going to rule in favor of President Trump, Cheryl. This case, to me, even though many argue on the other side that the president shouldn't have authority to do this, it only goes through Congress. Tariffs are essential when we're talking about national security. And Democrats have been holding the American people hostage from shutdowns to now trying to stop President Trump. When we have allowed tariffs through every single president since 1977, Reagan, Clinton, Bush, Obama, Biden, they've all used the IEEPA to allow for tariffs. So when you look at this case, the simple answer is when there's a national emergency, and we have one, the fentanyl crisis, they're manufacturing fentanyl from China, bringing it through our ports and borders. The president has the authority to protect the American people. And that's the question today that is on the court's docket.
Yeah, the editorial board of the Washington Post has a really good breakdown of kind of what to watch within each judge. And this is where, again, the lawyers need to speak and not myself. But on the economic side and the financial side, Greg, what I can say is that it's been phenomenal for the debt and deficits of this nation. And from a financial standpoint, you want to see the tariffs continue because total duty, this is as a Treasury report by September 30th, $215.2 billion getting brought in, $29 billion in July alone. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. If you listen to Treasury Secretary Besson, he makes a good point. It's a small dent, but it's a move in the right direction. So we have the national security issues. On top of that, we have the emergency issues with fentanyl. And then on top of that, the revenue increase to help with our deficit and help with our economy, I think, is very relevant as well.
Yeah, well, certainly it's going to be interesting to see how these justices because usually when they start to have these arguments, they start to reveal. Real quick, Mehak, they start to reveal their thinking. Right. And the ones that we're supposed to be watching, according to them, is Gorsuch, Roberts, and even Kavanaugh on this one because of their different backgrounds.
Right. But if you look at the law, it says unusual and extraordinary threat to regulate the importation of goods during a declared emergency. Mm-hmm. This is very.
Exactly. This is an emergency. And you have, even if there's a ruling against Trump, they can still replicate the tariffs, which is huge for President Trump. The ruling will either be an overt victory or give President Trump enough leeway to continue with all the tariffs as if the IEEPA, no matter what happens. Hit subscribe to this channel. Go to the my main channel, H.A. Goodman, of almost 300,000 subs, for the live stream today at 5 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, everybody.